Mommy, let's go that.
I can't see you. You glowing, baby. You glowing. I'm trying to let you be seen, but it's hard to see your face because it's so bright. It just looks like you're a burst of light. You are a burst of light, baby.
Look like Seamus. Oh yeah, Seamus has a real glow.
Yeah, he glows pure white with light to
No, that's your light. Can't see more than half of your face. Oh well. Point is, I was about to go live and my baby called me. So I said, let's have a conversation live. He's on the phone. Oh, I will. That was Anita. Yeah, that threw me off real quick. I'll respond to her later. So what I was saying is we should have a conversation about some of the recent situations we've been confronted with, because our story might be of use or provide some type of benefit to other people who are going through similar situations. We know a couple of people personally who have kind of gone through things similar to what we've gone through, right? You look at what Lori's going through with Ron. This dude over here is going through with Sadar. Like it's been somewhat prevalent, it seems, for a lot of us parents and children going through stuff that we're not communicating with you guys properly. We're not understanding you properly. And because we don't communicate the way we should communicate, and we don't take the time to really understand what you guys are going through and dealing with, it becomes chaotic. You respond to what we do, we respond to what you do, and the communication is lost. So I figured since you called while I was about to go live, let's discuss this together with the people, and maybe you can give some insight from the teenager's perspective to other kids out there, or to the parents who aren't understanding what their children are going through or dealing with. And maybe just from my perspective, and this is not to say that I'm perfect, because you know more than anybody, I'm far from perfect. But I think I do well in the fact that I do look at myself, I acknowledge where I'm wrong, I try and figure it out if I'm not clear, and I try to make amends. I try and communicate, whether you're open to it or not. I think I do try. Do you agree with that? We are, like, people can't see you, so can you speak?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay. So just to give a backstory to the people who might be watching, how long has it been since you left? About a month and a half.
Yeah.
All right. So about a month and a half ago, my son and I had one of many disputes. But this last dispute, and this is me being totally honest, this last dispute, I was very angry, to the point that we ended up having a physical altercation. That is not to say that my son is abusive and he was trying to beat my ass, because that was not what happened. But I did put hands on him. And it upset him. And I stepped out because I didn't want to get any more agitated or angry. And when I came back, he was gone. He had left and he had went to New York. He went to my mom's house, and from there, I had my dad pick him up. That one situation is not the big picture, though. What we've dealt with has been long-standing, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I ask you, in that moment when you decided to pack your stuff and go, what was going through your head?
It was.
You guys can't see his face. He's looking like he's trying to figure it out. Malachi, stop it.
Like, I was mostly trying to just like. I wasn't thinking clearly, so I honestly don't know what I was thinking. I was just like, I'm out.
It's not funny, but it's hilarious because he really wasn't thinking clearly. I saw that he had taken a bag, and I'm trying to figure out what he took because he didn't take any food. He didn't take his school books. He didn't take clothing. He didn't take his shoes. What was in your bag, Malachi? Yo.
I literally had 2 pairs of pants and a couple of shirts.
So you had some clothes.
I had
2 pairs of pants and a couple of shirts. And you was just going off into the world to take it over with 2 pairs of pants and a couple of shirts, no food. He had an issue with his hands, so I was giving him a special medicated type lotion or cream. He left that. Yeah, I didn't know what was going on. Okay, so now I know most people are like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me your son got up, left, and you sitting here laughing, ha ha, he. Yeah, I am, because I'm evolved. And one thing I will say about my child is, first of all, he's me. I was born April 18th, he was born April 15th. So we have a lot of similarities, which also probably contributes a lot to us bumping heads. We're Rams. So it's like, no, I run this shit, but he doesn't understand. Like, even though you're taller than me, you're still little. So I run this shit. Right? No, I'm fucking with you. But when he left, I was upset and kind of relieved at the same time. The girls that were around, they were more concerned than I was. I explained to them, like, I know he's good. I said he's going to go to New York. I didn't expect you to go to Barbara's because she's in Connecticut. I said, but he'll go to New York. He's either going to end up at Yaya's house, Kia's house.
There was no way I was going to Kia's house.
He might took the chance with Tijon, just depending on what the night was like and, you know, what was going on. Or he was going to go to his dad's. But at that point, I wasn't sure that you were, you remembered his address to go to him.
I didn't remember his exact address, but I remember how to get to him. And there was no way I was going to Kia's house. I was probably going to get beat going to Kia's house. She was going to beat me.
She wasn't going to beat you. She would have took you in, fed you, and called me. And then I would have called your dad to go and get you. But everyone was like, what's going to happen? And they were so worried and so scared because they didn't know what was going on. Little do a lot of people know, Malachi has always been a free spirit. He is his mother. And since the age of 9, my baby has been just picking up and going when he feels like it. So, did you just shut me off?
I can't shut you off. You did that to yourself.
I didn't touch it. Ooh.
You did that to yourself.
Oh no, I think my phone unfroze by itself. Okay, so anyway, since he was about 9 years old, he's been picking up and going off by himself. The first time this happened, I'm sitting at home and I'm waiting on him to get home from school and my son never shows up at 9. I don't see my son. No, you came home that night. And it was like 9:30, 10 o'clock. He gets out of school at 2:45, 2:50. And I didn't see my son till 9:30, 10 o'clock. And I'm sitting in the window. I had called the cops and everything. They done ran through the building, took us around the neighborhood to look for him and everything. And around 9:30, 10 o'clock, I'm sitting in the window. The police are still outside trying to make sense of this whole thing. And he comes walking by the window like this is what he does. Like he was supposed to be coming in. Like he had just gotten off of work from a hard day. Don't hide your face. I'm the only one looking at you. And yeah, like nothing. And that was the first time. The next time he literally didn't come home overnight. And this went on, I think, for the rest of that school year. And then I moved our asses to Virginia. And he started getting homeschooled. And it's crazy because this was an act that I took. This was a move that I made because I thought in my head, you know, if I can't keep him or if I can't regulate what he's doing when he leaves school. Did you just mute your phone?
Oh, I was trying to
A
keep
big
the
old
back-
microphone. Just stop playing with me. I'm live.
I
So
was trying to
what happened?
keep the background noise out.
I don't care about background noise. You see this? I have background noise. You got to give me a minute, okay? But what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so I'm under the assumption he's in a state where he doesn't know his way around. He doesn't have a whole bunch of friends. It's nothing but family, and they're not going to let him do wrong. And then I was still going to enroll you in school, but the school that he was zoned to, like almost on a daily basis after we got there, they ended up on the news for kids shooting each other and fighting and getting stabbed. And at one point, it was even a bomb threat at that school, wasn't there? Yeah. So I think he was a little nervous, a new state, a whole bunch of new people, the mentality. We were shell shocked for real because the mentality was totally different than what we're accustomed to in New York. And he eventually said, "Can I be homeschooled?" And in my head, I said, "That's perfect." And we decided to do homeschool.
I 100% regret that decision now.
Listen,
I'm
sorry.
saying,
He said he 100% regrets that it's the decision now. It is what it is. Next year is a new year. The point is, that's kind of where I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's kind of where
What did you do?
like the beast really started to come out of me, I think. Yeah.
what does that mean?
And it's unfortunate because now that I look, it's crazy because I'm big on telling people you can only control yourself. You can't control anything outside of you. And this is something that I even teach to both of my children. And I was so caught up in this loop of us just butting heads and me reacting to you and you reacting to me that even though this is something that I'm saying on a continuous basis, it never clicked that I was trying to control you. Like literally in my head, I'm taking it as though I have to protect you. And we as parents can confuse control and protection, control and guidance, you know? So I think that was one of my biggest issues, not being able to recognize. It was more so control. And me trying to control you because I thought you were in danger with the things that you were doing and the actions you were taking. And then it became so reactionary that, is that a word? If it's not, it is now. So it became so reactionary that whatchamacallit, that I lost sight of what I was doing to you. And it was moments where I could see it, but it wasn't that I saw it in my actions. I saw it in your face. I saw it in your response. I saw it in your mood. you know, how I was affecting you, and I would apologize. That's one thing that I always try to do. If I was able to see it and recognize it, I try to take that accountability, let you know that I realized it, apologize for it, and try and figure out what we could do to move past it. But I think for you, we were just too far gone. Yes or no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So for the kids, for the teenagers, the young adults, because my son is 16, that could possibly be listening, or for the parents more so that could possibly be listening at some point, what would you say would have been helpful? Or, damn, I don't even know how to word it. Like, do you think it's something that your age group can do, or is it some way to express yourselves to make it clearer to us, the adults, the parents, what you're going through, how we're affecting you? Or even on the opposite spectrum, what do you suggest, or what could you see, Malachi? Because I know you're a trickster. Like, logically, what could you see, or what would you suggest some of the parents who are going through what we've just come out of to do to understand and communicate with their children better? And how could you guys communicate with us better?
I'm being completely honest. I don't know how
Come on.
it'll work. I know for me, I wanted somebody other than you to talk to. But I didn't know. So,
Say it again.
yeah,
You wanted someone other than me to talk to?
yeah,
Okay.
but I didn't really have anybody to talk to.
So you think the outside help is beneficial? And why did you want to talk to someone outside of me? Was it did you need like mediation? Did you think you wouldn't be heard? I wouldn't understand? I know for a long time you said you were fearful. I made you nervous or scared.
Not only that, I don't like talking to you about certain things.
I'm the best person for you to talk to though, because you know I'm always gonna be 100 with you. I'm always gonna be honest. I'm always pushing you to do what's going to make you happy. I've never said, like, in regard to control with me, I will give myself that. It's never been, you have to be this person and you have to do this. And, it's always been, what are you into? How can I nurture it? How can I support? How can I help you? You know? So I've never tried to control you in that aspect. So I'm like, why?
I don't like talking to you about something.
I give very good advice. No?
Yeah, I still don't want to talk to you about
Is it stuff that's embarrassing you don't want to talk about? What is it?
that. I don't.
Okay. So what could we do as parents to make it easier or better? I don't even know if they can hear you. I hope they can.
I don't know.
I was in
I really don't know what y'all could do. I don't
You don't know?
know.
I wish y'all could see him. He looks like an overgrown baby right now. He's so cute.
You can see the middle of his face.
I know. Why is it embarrassing?
I don't know.
He's so silly. I love you, Papa Bear.
I love you too, Mom.
Come on, I wanted to try and help some people.
I don't know how to help people.
All you have to do is just tell your story. Be yourself. Was I wrong in anything I said? I got to the point where I was reacting to you, which made you just react to me more.
Yeah.
So I think we can agree that if you're able to realize you're just reacting to the other person, to stop, right? What are you doing? It is making me dizzy. Keep the camera still. I love your face. So just stop and step out of yourself. How hard is that for a kid?
I've never tried that.
Okay. So maybe that's something we'll work on. Yeah? All right. I'm going to end the live. I was hoping to get more out of this. It is what it is.
Sorry.
You didn't do anything wrong. What are you apologizing for?
Because I'm not helpful.
You don't know that. Even though I'm sitting here and I'm saying we might not have done what we came to do, we don't know how this video might affect somebody. You get me? Even if they don't relate to our situation, maybe it'll just give someone hope that they can get to a better place with their kids, or they can get to a better place with their parents. And they can do it before they're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years old. You know? Because although we've gone through everything that we've gone through, I still love the pieces out of you, boo. I still want the best for you. I still appreciate you. I still have the urge to protect and guide you, you know? And you might feel whatever it is you're feeling. You might have animosity still toward me because you're not working through your issues, if that's the case. But I believe in my gut you still love me and you'll still be here, you know? You make that evident on a regular basis. Why you make that face? Because you do. You call me, you come and you see me. You're beautiful, Malachi. And that's one of the reasons it wasn't as hard for me to let you go. Because regardless of what we've gone through, I recognize you for who you are. And I knew you were okay. And I knew you knew how to handle yourself and get from point A to point B. I know you're intelligent and you know what to deal with and what not to deal with, you know? I'm confident in what I've done and what I've given you in regard to parenting. And I'm confident in the person that I've watched you become. And regardless of the lows we've had in our relationship, I don't use those moments to define you, you know? So you might not be able to help in the sense that you know exactly what to do and what to say to make it better for people. But oftentimes, just your presence, your story, you sharing your energy with someone can be a benefit. So even though you don't know what to say or what to give, don't say you don't know how to help, because all you have to do is be you. And you don't know how to be anyone but you. Thankfully. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So we tried. Hopefully it touches someone. If it doesn't, that's okay. We had our moment and I appreciate it. And I'm thankful for it. And I can't wait to see you Thursday so I could kiss your face and hug you. We gotta do a live on Thursday together. I want everybody to see you. They've seen Nasir before. They don't get to see you. And
They saw me that one time. They saw me that one time at that one meeting that I popped in. Popped in for a second.
I don't remember.
Yeah, because Miss Siobhan was like, because I was just outside, because nobody was outside. Miss Siobhan said I could go upstairs to her house.
Oh, well,
Popped in.
I love you, Papa Bear.
I love you, Mom.
Are you getting ready to go to Yaya's?
I got the dishes and eat breakfast first.
Okay, so feed your face and then clean the dishes and then go to Yaya's. and let me know you good. Okay?
Alright.
Malachi,
Oh, man.
you go to Yaya's, and then you take your ass home. You hear me? No running the streets. I love you.
Love you too.
Peace.
Love you.
Give me
Malachi.
kisses.
You are.
Love you, Malachi.
Love you, Nazi.
Later.
Later.
I don't know why this thing isn't charging.
Okay, so I guess as an afterthought, and it all goes back to everything that I try and give people is really your perspective, your mindset, and you actively being aware, consciously making the decision to course correct when you identify where you're going wrong. It's funny because it's your perspective. Your perspective is the strongest thing that you have. Without the right perspective, the energetic alchemy, so to speak, is there's no control. And it wasn't until I really changed my perspective on how I viewed my son, how I interacted with my son, and how I looked at my role in his life. That's when we were able to change. It's unfortunate. It's not unfortunate because it happened the way it was supposed to happen. It's very fortunate. It hurt in the moment. It was disappointing and upsetting in the moment. But it's always a fortune, a benefit, and a blessing when the universe is working with you to settle things and work things out for you. And I am saddened by the fact that my son is not with me on a daily basis anymore. But I'm overjoyed by the fact that he was strong enough and I've given him enough to be confident enough to step into his own reality. He's a good kid. And he's doing awesome things now. He's gotten an internship. He's making money. He's doing his gaming. He has his YouTube channel, his Instagram. He's getting his followers and posting his videos. I couldn't be more proud of him. I couldn't be more proud. So I say that to say we got to recognize these kids for the individuals that they are. We got to respect them for the individuals that they are. We got to love them unconditionally. And we often use that term. I love my children unconditionally. But we're lying to ourselves because we put many, many, many conditions on these people. And it's unfair to them. And sometimes it's as simple as going back into your own childhood and really recognizing the things that closed you off or made you uncomfortable or whatever the case may be, you know?
12.
But our children are a gift in the fact that they really make us look at ourselves. And if we're fortunate enough, when we look at ourselves, we could recognize that they're little mirrors. They came to teach us lessons. They came to make us look deeper into who we are, what we're doing, and where we're going. And I thank him for that. And you should thank your babies for that.
If you have some.
Right, if you have some. But I'm gonna let you guys go. I want you to love up on your kids. And even if things are crazy and hectic and hard and you can't communicate and it's a struggle between the two of you and you don't know like how it's gonna turn out, start with yourself. The kids are doing what we conditioned them to do. The kids are doing what we've accepted, you know? But you can't change them. All you can do is guide. And the best way to guide someone is to lead by example, like I always say. So I wish you all blessings and love and peace and tranquility. And I wish you all the most harmonious relationships that you can possibly develop, not only with your children, but with whomever you feel compassion towards, love towards, you know, caring and concern. I thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. My name is Kia B. Coates. I am the spiritual advocate, owner of KLB Coaching, and the founder of Her Empowerment Group. Find me on Facebook, Her Empowerment, or Her Group, or you can find me on Instagram, The Spiritual Advocate. Check out the website, www.klbcoach.com, or email me, kia.b@klbcoach.com. I love you guys. Peace.
But